about to start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight, we're doing something we haven't done in a long time, which is we're bringing back rock soup. What's rock soup, you ask? Well, for the new listeners, we're bringing your own topic. We basically, each host brings their own topic, and we discuss it for 20 minutes. For the older listeners, and I don't mean in age, I just mean in how long you've been listening. You all love rock soup, but we kind of got caught up in relationship questions, so we haven't done rock soup in a while. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be discussing paranormal activity. That's the thing both Logic and I brought to the table. And Char is going to be discussing a relationship topic. So, she's going to have a question for us that we're going to go ahead and answer. And I just don't want to say that question right away, Char. I want you to bring it to us when it's your turn. Okay, so we also have the commercial of the book by Don Reddy, which is How Grandpa Tata Caught a Ginormous Fish Without a Hook. So remember last week the commercial wouldn't play because good old Blog Talk Radio. So we actually have that fixed this week, and we'll be playing that commercial. Also, BJ's not with us today. I think he died. So, he actually, he's getting famous. And
he's busy getting famous, right?
Clothing line. Yeah, he has his clothing line going. And if you're interested in seeing his clothing line, you can just go to his Facebook, which is Bernie J. And you can actually see the clothes that he designs and sells.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what's going on. So we're joined by me, Logic, and Char. And the shocking thing today is Char was on time.
Actually, early.
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
minutes
way early. I mean, normally
right.
We're here 15 minutes early. Char was here like 5 minutes. To her, that is way early.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good. The week is almost. I can't believe we're on Thursdays every week. So why does it feel like? Oh my gosh!
This
the
week
week
went
seems
by
like
really fast.
Really, you think so?
I think so.
I guess they do. I mean, yeah. Well, maybe that's it.
You didn't think so?
I think that's it. No, actually, I did, but not just this particular week. I feel it's a conspiracy that someone has moved the time up in the atmosphere because how is it almost the next year? We're almost in 2019. I just don't understand what's happening to the days, the weeks, the times, nothing. Yeah, so that's just my take on time itself.
So you're saying there's somebody. You're saying there's somebody that controls time, like, I don't know, father time?
Right.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Right. You just said it, father time, because you know what, seriously, I've been looking at theories, and the weather can be controlled by men. So I feel like, certain types of storm systems can be created and what have you. So I really, truly believe that there's someone behind this whole time clock thing, time machine thing, or whatever it is, that's literally shortening our days, went by so fast, I can guarantee you. That's why it went so quickly. Where did it go?
Logic.
Hey, Logic.
I think it's merely just daylight saving time.
Yeah, but I've been saying
daylight saving time is the one who's responsible. Sorry, that's just what happens. Nobody has the power to control time and the weather. Nobody.
So there's no conspiracy to back all of this up?
No, I mean, time is literally just how quick the sun rises and sets. That's what
And
determines
nobody
the
controls
24
it.
hours.
The logic, do you sometimes feel like literally the months seem to be shorter, the days are shorter, and the next thing you know, it's the next month, already the month's over, and then you look around and you're going into another season, and then you look around and it's another year? You don't feel like things have been sort of rushed ahead from what you remember, years ago? You don't feel that sometimes, like, wait a minute.
Well, when you're a
know.
kid, when you're younger, time,
Mm-hmm.
your experience with time is different than when you're older.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're having a good time, time usually goes fast. If you're struggling, time drags on. If it's a deadline before something major happens, usually, if you're not ready for it, next thing you know, it's here. It's like, oh God,
Yeah,
already here.
that's true.
So it's
enough
just
time. Mm-hmm.
time is all relative. For us, maybe this week went fast, but for somebody that's been, waiting to make settlement on a house they've been wanting for years, maybe it's been a very
It's
slow
like it's
week.
slow.
Like, oh God,
Right. Mm-hmm.
when it's Friday, when we get here,
Taking
so I can get the
forever.
keys.
Right.
So it's a journey.
Wow, that's a good theory. That's a good point. So, Logic, have you heard anything about how Logic can be controlled?
My conspiracy
Sorry,
theory. Hold on. My conspiracy theory to Logic is that I think you're in cahoots with Father Time. That's why you're trying to throw off his scent.
That's why it's right.
I picked up that
Yeah,
scent.
me and him have an understanding.
You have an understanding? Are you on a first-name basis? Father, just call him Father?
Yeah, as long as Father Time doesn't curse me with children, then,
Oh, my
I'll
God.
keep a secret.
So, Kai, I was wondering, does Logic, because he does all this natural studying too, Logic, did you hear anything about how the weather actually has been controlled, it can be controlled, and it has been controlled by whoever this massive source is somewhere in the world? I don't even know who these people are, but scientifically, that weather patterns and certain systems can actually be controlled and have been for years now. This is not anything new. It's just not relevant to all of us because they're not going to announce it. So, you have any take on that?
It's always been a rumor of somebody being able to control weather, but there's nothing like documented that this definitely is a weather controlling technology. I think anybody that had that kind of technology, it wouldn't be secret. Like, a lot of people think that, like, say, if the government, like this thing in Alaska, I think it is, it's called HARP, they think if, that can control weather. But if you think about it in the terms of, like, the atomic bomb, they've made it very clear that they have this technology, just in order to get people to fall back and fall in line and back off. So if you had a country that was able to harness controlling weather, then that means they can control droughts, they can control hurricanes and tornadoes, and you wouldn't have to send troops in anymore. You could just rack a country with over and over again natural disasters to the point where it's just incapacitated. But the only places that you see getting hit with hurricanes are the same places that always got hit with hurricanes. So I don't think that there is any weather control technology. I think they try. I think they are very much looking for ways to do it, but I don't think they have. I don't think they're there yet, personally.
All righty. So, Kai, there you go. There's
I don't think that'll ever be a thing.
Me neither. I'm just saying, like, with the technology we're at now. Like, there's certain things I think will never happen. I don't think we'll ever see flying cars. I don't think we'll ever see hoverboards. I don't think there'll ever be completely autonomous roadways where there's no traffic lights and everybody's just in these cars reading a tablet on the way to whatever. I don't think that's ever going to happen, because that is an immense amount of networking and technology and telecommunication. I just don't think we're there. I don't think we're going to get to that point. And unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever get to the point where skin color is not an issue. I don't think we'll ever live long enough to see that.
You said live long enough. Now, do you think it, outside of our lifetime?
No, I think life on this world will end way before we ever see a racial harmony between people of all different backgrounds and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's very sad. Did Char sail away?
No, I was just thinking it's sad but true. No, not today. Not today. Oh, actually, that's not Char alive. But that's not sangria. But that was a couple hours ago. It was Jack and Coke. But I'm having deviled egg potato salad right now. I'm actually just eating. Yeah, Jack and Coke. That was earlier this morning.
Wow, we are so unprofessional. I'm eating some roast chicken, roast potatoes, and what is this? What do you call it? Broccoli and cauliflower.
Oh, good.
It falls on dinner time.
Broccoli and cauliflower.
Good Lord, what kind of a healthy diet do you have? What do you call this?
No.
Like you don't recognize green vegetables. No, but is it steamed broccoli? Is it steamed broccoli? I like
broccoli.
Broccoli.
Yeah, it's steamed. All my vegetables
with the cauliflower?
I do steamed, or I know this is horrible. I cook it very shortly in the microwave.
That's not horrible if it's shortly. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said that's steaming. If you put it in the microwave, it's still steaming it.
Yeah, but you know how some people are like, you shouldn't put your food in the microwave because it drains it of its nutrients and all this stuff. I don't know if it's true or not.
Zapping the nutrients. But you said just for a little while.
I don't know if it's true or not, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you make the chicken? Yeah. Did you bake the chicken, Kai, or did you pick it up from somewhere that's ready-made? Like a rotisserie, I'm thinking, like that kind of baked chicken?
No, normally I make my own stuff, but somebody else made this. Not bought from a store, but somebody else made this. It's homemade. I just didn't have time to cook today. And as you can see, I didn't have time to eat before the show either, so here I am.
No, we both are kind of multitasking. I had apologized earlier. I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm eating this deviled egg potato salad. I'm so sorry. I will not be eating or munching, I promise, when we go on to where the show goes live.
I've never heard deviled egg potato salad. That sounds weird.
It's actually good. Believe it or not, it's at your local deli, though, at your local grocery store deli, I should say. Well, not all of them, quite a few. And it literally is like it sounds. If you like potato salad, they add a good number of chopped double eggs in there. So it has more of a deviled eggy taste, which is really good, opposed to just your general potato salad.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's very good. And I don't even eat, honestly, I'm not to be super picky, but I don't eat a lot of deli food because I just feel like I make it better. So potato salad I rarely would get from, a store or something already made. So, but yeah, definitely a winner. I'll get this again. Well, someone brought it to me, but I'm going to look for it. So it's not bad.
Mm. You know, a funny thing happened the other day, Char.
What was that?
I searched you on Google.
Okay.
Notice I didn't say I Googled you. Good God, I hate when people say that.
Mhm.
I searched Char pinup model, I think something like that, on Google. And I saw a bunch of past interviews you did, and I saw
Are you serious?
Some pinup and I saw some pinup pictures that you had. One of them, I can't remember. I think you were on a car or something. You were laying back on a car or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
One of them you had
poster.
like 2 pigtails in your hair.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
It was very interesting.
Yeah. Did you actually read it? Did you ever have a chance to actually look at read some of the interview or look, because it was live. That was a live interview.
I read one, but it was like only halfway because I really was like in the middle of work.
Oh, okay.
So I only read one like halfway, and you were talking about how, what was it? There are not many, or maybe the host said this. There are not many, black pinup models, and you were basically the pioneer for that, or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, for the like in our day and time, what's considered to be painted pinup, because we as a race, African American or Black people or even very ethnic people were absolutely not. They would just weren't being photographed. No one wanted to. They weren't permitted to do that. It was more like a Marilyn Monroe, Rita Hayworth, Betty Grable. They weren't looking for us at all. I mean, you're just not going to see it. Not like painted. But you're right. In that particular, I think that, I don't know which one is, I've done so many, but Black Men in America, though, that one that I think you're talking about, Stacey Dash was interviewed the next month. So it's a very popular magazine. So, but thanks for taking a look at that, Kai. It's a little creepy, but no, I'm kidding.
No.
Kai, Google.
Hi, how is that
you're my
creepy?
new stalker. No, I said you're my new stalker.
No,
Nothing really wrong with that. I was just joking. It's okay.
What it was I just realized that I think I've only seen one pinup model picture of you, so I wanted to see if there were more out there. And I know you had a website, which was what, Char something.com.
Actually, yeah, my photographer, I mean, my actual artist in New York, that was his site, but it was actually it was a store called on Cafe Press. And Cafe Press said it was the first model that was even on there, period, years ago. So they didn't even, I didn't have to pay for years to be on there. But Cafe Press, they have all kinds of products, all kinds of gift products with your picture, with your paint, whatever your pictures are, your images. So it was fun. Purses and, pajamas and pillows, you name it. It was just really fun, watches, everything.
Oh, yeah. I saw something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
cool.
the site wasn't up anymore, so I was just searching for what you. I mean, I know your background, but I was searching for pictures. Not that I
what's so weird is
ass,
that
but I'm just saying.
No, I don't have any totally like that anyway. They're just, and they're not suggestive. If you notice my pose, I'm not like sitting there with my legs gapped open. But actually, what's weird is that years ago, when I was really more so popular, a friend of mine told me that she had Googled me, and she goes, "Shari, did you know that you actually can be Googled on 28 pages straight?" And I said, "You have got to be kidding me," because I never did that before. I didn't even bother. And that's when I used to find myself in a lot of those, those fan sites that people create fan sites for you. Now, if someone creates a fan site for you, to me, that is a little weird, because it's like they're just obsessed with you and you don't even know it. So I found myself in a lot of fan sites that people created that I didn't even know existed, where they would steal my pictures and use them on other products.
Why do you consider that to be obsessed?
Because that's all they're talking about. That's the whole site is dedicated to you. They don't even know. Well, I guess that's what happens when you're an entertainer. But imagine like someone doesn't know you, and this is just part of the business, I guess. But it happened so many times. I thought, well, why are you? Well, imagine you're reading a thread about you, and there's an entire site dedicated towards these people that are just collecting your images and talking about you. It's kind of like, I don't know if they're pedophiles. I'm picturing people looking behind a computer, some guy with some greasy hair and some, one of those funky looking.
Wow.
Palm tree shirts,
you have to get that out your head. I mean, it's just like if somebody is a fan of Johnny Depp or something, and they make a page dedicated to everything that Johnny Depp does. That's not. It's not stalking. It's just they're a fan, so they're putting everything about this person that they like up.
Okay, I guess it was cool, but but I didn't want to read the thread, so I didn't like reading the thread because I don't know what they say something mean.
My question to you is, if modeling was your thing, why did you give it up?
Relationships, and plus I moved more into acting anyway because I really didn't enjoy modeling. Acting's a crap. Did you guys hear me say that in the last show? We were talking about things that you regret. As a matter of fact, Logic, you kind of spearheaded that topic for us. You were saying. Let's all say that, 10, 20, 30 years from now, let's fast forward to 60 or what have you, or 70, and you look back on the things in your life that you should have done. Remember that? Yeah, so that's what I was saying to you guys at that time. I said, you know what, Logic, I totally can, I totally understand everything you're saying. I can agree with you because I feel like that's exactly what I did. And now I'm 50, and it's just it's gone.
If you want but if you want to be an actor or something like that, you can still do that. Like there's no theaters, there's no nothing around Vegas where they do small stage plays or anything.
But Logic, my head has changed because I've allowed bad relationships to determine my future. That's how weak I was during those times. I'm talking about 10 whole years like straight, where someone's telling you, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, and then I get back in it, and then someone, you're in something else. It's like, oh no one with mine is going to be a entertainer, and so they're either jealous of your career or trying to stop your career, obsessed with you not being successful. It was just too much.
But you can't listen. You can't let people who are trying to block you or don't believe in what you're doing stop you from something that you say is your passion. And then you don't have to be young to be an actor. You don't have to. There is no age limit. The guy, what is his name? Michael? Is it Michael? No, Bill Nighy, I think his name is. He's the guy that played. If you watch this vampire movie called Underworld with Kate Beckinsale, he's the one that plays the leader named Victor. But he's an older guy. He didn't really get into movies until he was like in his 50s. He had been acting for
wow, that is
all
late.
the time. Like it happens like that. Some people don't get on until they're older.
Yeah.
If there is a passion, a true passion for it, then just do it. Just do something small, some small plays or whatever, whereas it's requiring a teacher, a mother, or whatever, like something that is going to match where you are. And as far as your experiences in life, that's what actors use in order to fuel their acting, their experience, especially if you use the method. You get into the headspace of the character, drawing off of your own experiences. That's why certain actors are horrible, because they've never really gone through anything.
Right. They can't pull from anything.
Not to knock them, but if you look at somebody like The Rock, he can show pain very easily because he's felt pain before as far as hurting himself, but he can't emote because he's pretty much things have been working out in his favor for a long time. He might have had a rough childhood, but as far as the majority of his life, he's been making money. So he doesn't have that ability of, say, like a Marlon Brando. Well, he's an icon. Let me think about somebody else. Say Anthony Hopkins, who has experienced loss or something in his life because he's an older guy. He's been through a lot of stuff by now. So there's times that if you look at him in a movie, he'll just have a stare or a look on his face that does all the acting for him without him saying a word. So
that look,
you can draw,
famous for that.
Yeah, you can draw on your experiences to push you forward if that's something that you really want to do. But you have to want it.
Right. It has to be a drive.
You really want it, or is that something that you were just curious about?
No. I absolutely, with everything in me, for years, it was absolutely a drive. It was a passion. I've studied with some of the best in New York and all that. But the problem is that when I say I've walked away, it's I got so discouraged because of relationship issues that weren't supporting it, to the point where now I no longer have an interest in acting, but I was managing a year and a half ago, I had a model agency for a short time, and I think you guys know once again what happened with that, with that, past relationship. So here I go again. So that I dropped that. I just dropped it because it was kind of like a legal threat issue with that, because he was helping me manage it. So now I think if anything, I'll maybe go back into managing other, talent, which I've done many times, and work on castings and even write a book, because writing is really my passion as well.
I don't want you to run down your resume. It's just it just seems
no,
odd.
That's it. I'm just saying, as far as entertainment goes and as far as acting, I'm saying no. I'm not. No longer am I putting my focus on that, because I can help other people, because I've been in the business for so long and all sides of it. So that's what I'm saying. And it just so happens that writing is my other passion and experience, which is still entertainment. You're still in the business. So that's what I'm saying.
Wait,
management.
You said writing?
Writing, yeah, as a writer. It's an art. It's a type of art. You're still an art. Writing is an art form. Is still in the same category of things, because it's fantasy.
To me what writing is, Char?
No, but I'm saying that's also why I'm saying, well, yeah, I know if anybody could appreciate that, it's you. But what I'm saying to you is this. I'm still keeping my foot in entertainment. I'm never going to not be in entertainment in no way, shape, or form. I'll go to my grave with 4 toes in the grave like that. So, there's always something that I'm going to be connected to.
Just beware.
Even now on radio, this is still entertainment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just beware. Yeah. Don't get into the habit of being a jack of all trades because you'll master nothing. You pick a focus and stick with that focus until the end.
That's exactly what I just said to you. I just said I'm going to go, like I was managing less than a year and a half ago. I had an agency. It was called Veronica Veranda. So my point is that's still staying on focus. And with that said, that's what I'm going to do is either, if I don't get back into managing, I'm still going to have a foot in the door in some form in entertainment, whether it's that or even with my writing, I'm still somehow in that swirl. And radio is still entertainment. So I'm just keeping my foot always in the door of entertainment. Not all over the place. I'm just saying those particular focuses is what's working for me. So, but thank you for I really appreciate your insight.
That's what he just said.
Well, if she just explained all of that with a straight face and feel like she just made her point, I mean, there's nothing I can say.
Well, I mean, I was just giving you some.
Give up.
I know, but you guys know the decisions you guys all know me well enough. You know the decisions that I make, and unfortunately, if I was 20, it wouldn't mean anything. You just jump right back on the horse for real, and I could have that same passion and drive that I've always had. What is the point of taking so many classes?
That's what I do. I don't like to hear, especially when it comes to art.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have an age limit. Like, I hate to hear older people say, "Oh, I used to paint," or "I used to write poetry, but I just gave it." Like, there's no age limit. You can continue to do it, even if no one else sees your poetry. You can write it. You know what I mean? If you want to act, you can find a theater that needs an actor, an older actor, or whatever. Unless you live in a one-horse town, there's something you can do if you live in a major city. Now if you're saying that you want to be a movie star, that's different. That's crazy talking. I mean, it's a shit show trying to get in there. But if you're just saying that you have a passion for the art of acting, you can do it. You have a passion for photography. You have a passion for sculpting. Like there's no reason to just give up a dream or something that you always had a skill doing.
Well, you know what, Logic? That's funny you're saying that because, Kai, you can contest to this. Kai, you know how I was saying that I had stopped writing for a little while, and I just kind of was like, oh, I missed this, but can I still do this? And so Kai actually just pushed me back into it, and it was a good result. We both were very pleased with the outcome. From that point, Kai, I've been writing, and in fact, I was so pleased yesterday. I opened a letter yesterday. I opened my mail yesterday, and I had submitted some poetry to this publishing house, et cetera, and they actually sent a letter back and said that they would love to consider speaking with me about publishing some of my work. I have to have a certain amount that they want, except just for an example, but still, the point is I'm going the right direction. And I'm not just a poet. I do business writing and, journalism and blogs and lifestyle and everything, advice, column, all that. So you just never know. I don't feel, it's not too late for that. I just feel like realistically, when you're 50, why are you even trying to get back into something that you should have been successful at years ago? But to manage other people, that if that's their dream and they're younger, and I know how to help them, you know what I mean? To me, that makes more sense. It's like, okay, this is what you want to do. Hey, this is your chance. So, but I mean, you're absolutely right. If anybody else is listening out there and you're 60, don't feel like you can't do anything you want to do in your life, no matter what it is. As long as you have your health, there should be nothing stopping you. Nothing.
I know people who got their freaking bachelor's degree at 60. Like, you want to get it done.
I've heard that
nothing's
lately.
going to stand in your way.
Right, so, that's true.
But trust me, I completely understand how you feel. So, I understand. But anyways, I think I'm with Logic. If it's something that you want to do, then do it. But off of that topic. Anyways, so we're going to get into our rock soup. But before we do that, you already know what we have to do. It's time for a commercial.
Commercial. Pay our bills.
Let me see if I still have the sound clip of my daughter saying that. Hold on a second.
Shut up. It's time for commercial.
She did that when she was like, what, 6? Good Lord.
Oh, God, nobody cares. When a commercial.
Like that. What a dick. She doesn't even sound like that anymore. But anyways, to appease logic and his hatred of children, we're going to do a commercial from the author Don Reddy, How Grandpa Tata caught a ginormous fish without a hook. If I could find the commercial, that'd be great.
Kai here from No Conduct Radio. I just have a couple of questions for you. How many children are lucky enough to go fishing? Now, how many are lucky enough to go fishing with their grandfathers? Well, you're going to be jealous of Dinesh, as he's one of the lucky ones who gets to go fishing with his Grandpa Tata. How Grandpa Tata Caught a Ginormous Fish Without a Hook by Don Reddy. Grandpa's never happy with the size of the fish he's given to eat, so one night he and Dinesh go in search of the big one. That's right, the really big fish that will satisfy Grandpa's appetite. But they're not taking a fishing pole or bait. Instead, Grandpa takes a piglet. What? If you want to know how they catch a fish with a piglet, then this book, that's actually based on a real-life tale told by the author's grandfather, is for you. This is a funny tale of going out and getting what you want if you're willing to go above and beyond what others do. Go to our website, www.noconduct.com, to purchase How Grandpa Tata Caught a Ginormous Fish Without a Hook. It's available on Kindle on Amazon, but if you're like me and love the feel of a book in your hand, it's also in hardcover and paperback. That's How Grandpa Tata Caught a Ginormous Fish Without a Hook by Don Reddy. It's a spotlight author on our website, so just go to www.noconduct.com and you can see it right there.
And we're back. So if you go to our website, www.noconduct.com, it's right there on the front page, and you can find out more about this book and purchase it on Amazon in Kindle or paperback. Are y'all like me? Who is like me and just can't read on a tablet? I can't do it. I'm by myself in this one?
I can read it.
No, actually, I
can't.
wanted to order, what is it called, Audible? Is that right? Something like that. And
where it reads to you?
So, whoops, I'm sorry.
You're saying where it reads to you?
Yeah, you guys can't hear me. I'm sorry. So I took it off speaker. I was saying that I
can't hear
you.
I was answering you. I said Audible where it reads to you.
Oh, yes. No, wait a minute. Is that, no, you're right. That's not it. No. I meant just on Kindle, where you have books and books and books that you can keep in your library on Kindle or something like that. But because I love to read, but I cannot stay focused on reading on the computer or the tablet. It's like I get sleepy and bored. A good old-fashioned book, the old-fashioned way, flip the pages.
I hear so many people say that when they start reading, they get sleepy. I don't understand that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. And when I start reading, I can't sleep. I'm going to read until the sun comes up. That's why I don't read now, because I know I have to go to bed and be up for my daughter, for work. And if I start reading, it's just going to mess me up.
No, you know how many people I've given, like, very deep and informative books to? And I'll go back in, like, 3 or 4 months and like, yo, so what you think? Oh, man, I tried to start reading it, but every time I did, I just got sleepy.
Oh, my God.
Give me my book back. You're done. I'm not going to read it.
I couldn't hang with those people.
A grown adult.
When I was on vacation.
I just got sleepy.
Yeah, I can't. I went on vacation in last November, and I was on vacation for 4 or 5 days, something like that. I read a whole book series of 5 books, I think, in that time. I just sat there reading because I didn't have to be, I didn't have to sleep or anything like that. I didn't have to wake up at a certain time. I just read the entire time. So, yeah, that was pretty awesome. But, yeah, I can't hang out with people who can't read books. That's a bit weird for me. But anyways, so my topic for Rock Soup is of a paranormal nature. I have 2 stories. So the first story is not actually mine. It comes from people.com, which is the only magazine source that I trust. Go figure. But anyways, and it's a mom of 5 marries a 300-year-old pirate ghost. So basically, Amanda Teague, she's 45 years old, and she's a Jack Sparrow impersonator, and she lives in Ireland. She says she was visited by a 300-year-old ghost of a Haitian man, and he visited her while she was laying in bed. Now, this happened in 2014. And she said she communicated with him through mediumship and soon learned that his name was Jack, and he was an 18th century pirate who had been left at the altar once before and was ultimately executed for thievery. So I guess she talked to him over the course of several months, and then she decided she fell in love with him. So she said this is her quote, "This was about 6 months of communication, so I finally accepted it. Obviously, we had spent a lot of time together. I was horrified to discover I had romantic feelings for him, having never heard of that before." So while she says she's communicated with spirits before, this time it was kind of different. She said it was like falling for the forbidden, like a friend's husband. And she said she tried to ignore it, but it didn't go away. So after a while, the 2 started having a sexual relationship. I don't know how that's possible, but yeah. So it's actually a thing. It's called spectrophilia, when you have a sexual attraction to spirits. And there's been a lot of, folklore about it in the Arabic culture and Celtic culture, in Greek and Hindu cultures. And so basically, after all this time of them courting, quote unquote, and having sex, he proposed to her, and then she married him in a private ceremony. She married him in a private ceremony on a boat off the waters of Ireland, where the marriage would be legal. So in Ireland, it's not legal, but if you marry off the water, I guess in international seas, the marriage is legal. And so she had her close friends and family there, including her daughters. Yeah.
What?
So because he actually couldn't, because she couldn't actually put a ring on Jack, she held a candle that symbolized Jack, and then the ring was placed on the candle. Yeah.
Okay, but this is
so since
she's
done that ceremony, she's actually written married on all of her documents, and nobody questioned her about the authenticity of it.
Wow. My God.
Yeah.
I have a question.
So
I kind of missed something here. So was this this ghost when he was alive? Was he someone that she knew in her life, in this world?
No, he's 300 years old.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay. Yeah, so that's just literally just a ghost, an ancient ghost that was just, around in the walls and just around
he's
the
a
home.
300-year-old Haitian. So one thing we can get from this is at least he's not racist. So there's that.
Right. Exactly.
She's not ugly. She's not ugly.
It wasn't even
yeah,
her,
but
though.
she said she kept getting like the quote unquote the living men just didn't they just kept like cheating on her and stuff like that. So yeah, she turned to a spirit.
So if they have a name for the ghost, if they have a name for when one is attracted to an entity, what do they call it? So for example, in Poltergeist, would they call it when the ghost is?
I just told you. It's called like spectrophilia.
No, I was going to say the opposite, Kai. I heard that part. I said if they have a name for that, for one for a person that's attracted to a ghost or an entity, but what do they call it when, like in Poltergeist, for example, when the ghost is obsessed or physically attracted to the person and literally has intimacy, sex, ghost sex with that person? It's not like that. It's not like the human is saying, "Oh, I'm attracted to you." Do you see what I'm saying? But they just take it because they're a ghost. So is there something? Is there a name for that?
I don't know. Spectral-rape.
Right.
Oh, Logic, I didn't see that you had dropped. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think it's called spectro-rape. I don't know. Freaking Ghostbuster rape. I have no idea.
But it's kind of messed up. You can't be unwilling. You can't be anything. You're just like, I'm just here. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Logic is back.
Yeah, he's back. I didn't know he had dropped, but I don't know what that would be called though. I have no idea. And I never watched Poltergeist, so I didn't know that's what it was about.
Yeah, yep, it was. Well, partially, yeah. Yeah.
Poltergeist
what do you think, Logic?
was not about relationships. What are you talking about?
Really?
No,
what was it about?
The rape part, the ghost sex part. That's
No, Poltergeist was about a haunting of a house.
Yeah, but the entity did have sex with a woman. Everybody knows that. The entity did. He did.
In Poltergeist?
Yes. Yes.
No, it didn't. What are you talking about?
Are you really seriously trying to prove that the ghost did not actually have sex with the unfortunate house resident or whatever? Are you really saying? I mean, that's been known all over.
Listen, the closest I remember in Poltergeist was when she was getting ready for bed, and she had a T-shirt on, and that was it. And the ghost started throwing her around the room and attacking the kids.
Okay, but wasn't he trying to? Did he not fondle her first and pull off a few items, or at least try to pull on her clothing or? I'm telling you, I really felt that was. I'm not the only one actually that said that was a scene like that. Or like
Char, I have no idea what movie you watched, but the regular Poltergeist, no. She was being thrown all up around the room. She ended up on the ceiling and everything. At the same time, that portal opened up in their bedroom, and the clown came alive, and it pulled the girl in, and when she got out in the hallway, she went to run, and it kept making the hallway longer before she got to their room.
I remember that part, yeah.
And that was it. There was no like, hey, why don't you take that off? There was nothing like that.
That didn't happen, Char. I don't know what you were watching, but
what was I stuck in upstate New York or something in my head?
I don't know.
No, I thought it was Poltergeist. I really did. So I stand corrected. I mean, okay, let's be happy for this.
You're probably watching the porn version.
Yeah, I'm sure. on the Penthouse Network. Yeah, I'm sure I was. Wow. So,
all right. So now I'm going to the next story. What were we going to say, Char?
No, I said Logic has another ghost story. I thought too, like one similar. I don't know.
Well, I have another ghost story, and then we're going to Logic. Yeah. So my second ghost story, it actually happened to my daughter just not too long ago. I think it was Monday. So she was at her friend's house, and they were nowhere near the bedroom door, but something tried to open the bedroom door. So my daughter is like texting me, come pick me up. And so I texted the mother. I said, hey, are you scaring my kid? And she was like, no. And she's like, I'm in the basement. She said they're scaring themselves. So all the kids were scared. because nobody was near the door. Nobody was doing this, and the door tried to open, like the handle jiggled. So my daughter no longer wants to go over to her friend's house.
Wow.
She said that happened. She said nobody did anything about it. The kids were scared, and the adults were like, "Oh, y'all are just being ridiculous." It was the wind. She was like, "Screw that! I'm not going back over there."
Mhm.
So that was her experience with the supernatural.
And she'll never forget it. I promise you. She'll never forget that experience.
Probably not. Poor kid. He'll be all right. Yeah, mine wasn't like extremely like, oh, we don't have C on here with her crazy ghost who like love her. I don't know. She had the weirdest stories, man. Remember? Her ghost wanted to like kiss her and was always brushing hair out of her face and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just crazy crap. Her ghosts were weird. Like but anyways,
it reminds me of the first one, but she didn't marry him. It kind of reminds me of that, your first ghost story.
Yeah. Okay, so Logic, your turn.
Mine isn't a real like a ghost or anything like that, but I posted this video on What the F Wednesday on No Conduct.
Oh yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah, it was this dude. These people saw this guy running. Well, it would appear to be a guy running naked, and he was yelling things, but they couldn't understand what he was saying. Like they didn't know what he was speaking. And his cell phone video, and I'm not one that gets taken by cell phone, but this seems pretty authentic. Like you could see there is no production value to it. It's literally them like turn back around, like you know. So this guy is running, but the second time they catch him, it's a short video, but the second time they catch him on video, he runs abnormally fast. First of all, they're in a car, and he's keeping up with the car, and two, his eyes were glowing. And
really, I didn't see that.
People could say like, oh, it was the reflection, but human eyes don't reflect light like cats. You know, that doesn't happen. So it's like I can't understand why his eyes look like. That's what creeped me out.
What creeped me out is how freaking fast he was running. And you have to go to our Facebook page, No Conduct Radio on Facebook, and look at it. It's WTF Wednesday. And they were driving for a while, and this dude was running full speed the entire time. And when I say full speed, he was running. Have y'all seen Split? If you've seen Split, that's how he was running. He was running fast as crap. All right, you got to watch Split. It's actually a good movie, and I hate Shyamalan. I hate his movies. So, but Split was a good movie. But anyways, yeah. If you watch Split, the guy in Split, how he's running, that's how this guy was running. You got to go to our Facebook page, No Conduct Radio, and look at that video. And I'm not trying to promote our page, but actually I am. But seriously, you've got to watch that video. It was creepy. And I thought those people, first of all, the guy holding the camera was annoying the crap out of me. But I thought they were stupid that they kept going back to look at this guy. And, dude, didn't he actually almost catch the car?
Yeah, he was right there. And then when the driver saw it, he hit the gas. That was the one that you heard screaming like, ah. And he hit the gas and took off. But, yeah, he was right there. Like, he could have reached out and grabbed the door. That's how fast he was running.
Yep. That was crazy.
I don't know, but like I said, that was definitely unsettling. But his eyes, I can't explain that. Like, I can't logically explain that. Unless there's something that I don't know, like some phenomenon I don't know where human beings' eyes can reflect light, like an owl or something. Like, our eyes don't have the same things in it, the same photoreceptors that animals do. So I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't understand how that happened.
I don't even want to go back and look, so I couldn't tell you.
I
I'm going to be
I
a
can't
coward,
believe
and
you
I'm
missed
not going
that
back.
part of it.
I don't think it was
Yeah, I
human.
didn't
I
see
think
that
it
at
was
all.
something otherworldly. But what was it is the question. And where did it go? Where did it go from there?
Did you see it, Char?
No, I had heard about it. I did not see it. I just heard it briefly.
Go to
I don't know
our
if someone
Facebook page right now and watch it. Go to our Facebook page and watch it right now while we're on air. Because I want you to see this thing.
I have no connection though. I can't. I'm not even. I have no connection where I'm.
Oh my God, you
straight up.
suck.
Yeah, I don't.
I can't even begin to tell you how much you suck.
I'm thinking the same thing. I suck right now. But yeah, there's no connection. And there normally there is when I'm on the show. You guys have heard me texting or being on the internet when I shouldn't be doing that because I usually I pretty much broadcast in the same place. So today's
okay, we got no connection. Yeah, I have to check. Anyway, yes, y'all have to watch that video. It's
what are the keywords, guys? What are we looking for? So I can at least see it later.
It's WTF Wednesday. Like he posted it yesterday. It's right there at the top.
Okay. Oh, on our page, I won't miss it. Oh yeah, I was thinking YouTube for a second. Okay, got it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm always on YouTube. That's why I said with the keywords, you can just go on the internet or I didn't have to do all that. But I definitely don't have a connection.
I'm just saying,
really?
Why do I bother?
Is that really necessary? Is that really necessary? Is it really, really, really necessary?
Is what necessary, Char?
Oh, what was that? I heard it's like you were whispering. I don't know what you're doing. Oh,
I
agonizing
was exhaling because you are very draining sometimes. So in order to keep my composure, I have to breathe.
Then I don't think was that really that necessary? I don't think so.
Yes,
no way.
Was because you don't understand. You're not on the receiving end of how you are. You're only looking out your own eyes all the time. So everything seems normal to you. It's like everybody else. It's just you can be a bit much sometimes.
About asking what the keywords were because everything's the internet, YouTube, whatever. And then I know you guys just said go to the page, but I don't even have internet right now, so I'm not even thinking like that. I can't even go to internet. That's why I said later.
No. That's not the issue. The draining part of that was that we said 3 times that it was on. I posted it, and we explained what the video was, and then you were still like in the wind, like what, who, where is it, what is it? It's it's irritating. It's okay. You can be irritating sometimes. It's all right. You're not perfect.
Nobody is by any means. Not me.
Well, there you go.
All right, got it.
Okay, so after our creepy stories, Char, what did you want to bring to kind of lighten the mood? Char?
Yeah, I don't think this will lighten the mood though, because I think it's kind of it's just kind of a not tragedy, but I just feel like it's unfair. So my question, I'm posing a question to our panel and to our viewers basically. So I have a friend who presented this to me. She says that her husband gave her an ultimatum the other day that if she remains friends with her, not just friends, but okay, I'll put it this way. Her husband doesn't like some of her family members. From her ex-husband. She has nieces, nephews, cousins.
Wait. You stammered way too much through that whole thing.
Okay.
Her husband doesn't like who?
Her ex-husband's family members who are like family to her because she's been married for about.
They're not family.
Me. Wait.
It's an ex.
Oh, okay. So what about when she was married to him? Well, can I say this? This is my sound off. Because what if some other person's listening and they're going through it? So, okay, what if she was married to, let's say, the husband at the time for 25 years? Let's just say it's a long time. So some of those nieces weren't even born or nephews weren't even born at the time that she was existing in this relationship. So she has literally raised them, been a complete part of their family. And his ultimatum was, well, it's either them or me, because you're with me now. That when you divorced them, you divorced me. I mean, when you divorced, your ex-husband, you divorced everybody that's along with that family, because you're with. I'm your family now. And not saying that to me, but that's how she was explaining it to me. So she said that he was like, well, you're my family now, and when you divorced your husband, you divorced everyone, including the nieces and the nephews and all the, you know. So I don't know. Is that normal or fair for a new relationship? Because
is that really a question for you? You're
no,
seriously
it's not my
asking?
question. I'm asking for someone else because she's listening. Well, I don't know if she called in, but she's going to be listening to this advice.
She's going to be listening?
Yeah, absolutely. I told her that she'd either call in or I think she did.
Okay, I'll address her directly. Ma'am, you're an asshole for expecting your current husband to be okay with you to continue to talk to your ex-husband's family. If I were your husband personally, I would throw you out and all of your boxes and whatever kids you came with, because I wouldn't have this discussion with a grown person that you should not be continuing to have a relationship with your ex's family. If you're that connected to them, keep moving. You're an idiot, personally. That's what I think.
Wow, Logic. You don't think that was a little harsh? I mean, I hope she wants to continue listening to the show.
The reason that people do dumb shit like this is because people don't talk to them direct. That's idiotic what you're talking about right now. You're going to still talk to the family of the dude you used to bang, and I'm supposed to be okay with it? Like, yeah, okay, I understand.
Well, this was her husband of many years. That's more than banging. Yeah, but that's her husband of many years.
Listen, I don't care.
A little more than banging.
I don't care if she wrote a book with these people and published it. It's over. The relationship is over.
Wow. So, Kai, what do you think?
But I don't know if I agree with Logic. If you have a relationship with this dude's family, then why punish them because you didn't work out with this guy? You know what I'm saying?
Because he's an asshole. It didn't work out. Move on.
Okay, but it's not their fault. I understand if you're still talking to him.
She's not talking to him.
I don't agree.
He's moved on and he's been married again and everything.
Okay, all right, wait.
Let
me reverse this. Let me reverse this for you women. So you get married to a guy, and you love him, and he had a wife and a girl that he was with, and he loved her deeply, but it didn't work out. She left him. He was heartbroken. That's when you found him later. But he still takes his time to go over her family's house and spend time with them. That's okay with you? Yeah, that's what I thought.
But Kai, the way she said it was she had a personal relationship with each and every one of her nieces and nephews on a different level. So why should she walk away from them when they still call her aunt? I guess they call her auntie or whatever. And she literally raised these children. So she walked away from them too. They don't understand that. Do you see what I'm saying? Is there really any harm or foul here? Is there really?
I understand what you're saying. Can they come? I don't know. Logic reversed it, and I would have a problem with if I was with a dude and he went to his ex's house to spend time with the family. But I guess if I came, I don't have a problem. Or if they come over to my house, I don't have a problem.
No. You're not coming. You're not coming. And he's also going to her sister and picking up her kids and taking them out because they remember him as uncle. So he's spending time with his ex-wife's niece and nephews and taking them out. That's okay, right?
Well, what she said to me was one of them doesn't even live like where she lives anyway, that one of them was going to come to visit, and he was like, absolutely not. So, absolutely not. And I'm like, okay, but how often would she even see that news?
As long as they know, as long as they know we're not talking about, ex-husband or whatever, we're not going to talk about him. I don't want to know anything about him, and, you don't go report about me, and that's it. We're here to visit each other.
Wow.
See, this is why people have relationship problems. They don't know where to draw the line. People are so out of control nowadays. And I mean, honestly, think about this, the both of you. Do you think your grandparents, that this would have been a problem or even a concern or issue, that one of them knew somebody or was with somebody and they're sitting there discussing like whether or not that they should still be in contact with that person's family? Do you think your grandparents even like hesitated to understand what the right move to make?
You don't think the grandparents would just see them as family and it's no different?
No.
Don't treat them any differently?
Because old school
because they raised them just like
I don't agree with you, Logic, because I know people's grandparents who dealt with cheating and like wouldn't, they actually went and got the kids and brought the kids into their family.
Different. Cheating
no,
is different.
but they went and got the kids that were came out of that cheating and brought them into the family so that they know their brothers and sisters
just
and
the
stuff
same,
like that. So
and they raised them with the same love and everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they did that, they wouldn't just
that's
trash a
just
whole.
as retarded.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know what she did because I told her it's them or him, so I don't know. She said them or him.
It doesn't matter. If somebody else, if my wife goes off and has an affair with some guy, I'm not going to be well, the kids should know. That child, as far as I'm concerned, is a bastard, and I'm not acknowledging that kid. I don't care if one of my kids is a direct genetic match for them and can help them through bone cancer. No, die with your side of whoever you were sired with. You have no connection. No, over. Ugh.
I hope she's listening. She has to make a choice. It's either them, her nieces, nephews, other ex's family that she's so close with, or her new relationship. And he's not. It's one or the other. He made that really clear.
Listen,
she actually said this in a text that
he needs to leave because she's made it. Mm-hmm. She's made it very clear that she is confused. And when a woman is confused about another man and his family, that's all the questions you need answered. So personally, I hope the dude listens to this, and I hope he leaves her with his own health, because you can't have a confused chick in your life that has no idea that she should cut the connection with her ex.
Well, he's not involved. From what she said, he doesn't even live. I think he lives way somewhere else. He has a wife for 15 years, and they're not even thinking about her like that. They don't have any communication. They don't have kids, so they don't have any communication.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Char?
No, I'm saying, okay, she's her ex-husband. That's his family, right? Well, he's been married for years.
I am not talking about her ex. I am talking about her current husband.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, because I know you were saying, well, okay, that's fine. I don't know. I just think it's a little harsh, but I mean, this is how people think. That's probably why she wanted to get advice. So I told her, hey, I can't tell you what they're going to say.
Syndrome. It's cake and eat it too syndrome. That's what that is. It's just like when people now break up. When people break up now, what do they say? Well, we can still be friends. Why should we be friends? The relationship that we had was building a connection to be together for the rest of our lives. You or me have decided to not do that. So, no, we can't now benefit from each other as if this was always a friendship. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You can't. And every person that I know that tries to be a friend after the fact, they still end up banging that person every now and again or whatever, and it's cheating involved, and it's never clean. It's just nonsense. People are lying to themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of messy when people do that.
I think being friends after a relationship is completely different than continuing a relationship on with the family. Those are two separate things.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you've built a strong relationship with a group of people over 20 years, I think it's really unfair for somebody to ask you to throw that away.
Logic, you still feel the same way?
I'm gonna tell you this
Of
much.
course, Logic feels the same way.
If I met the
there's
woman
no
of my
communication
dreams,
with her ex-husband.
I don't care. If I met the woman of my dreams and she tells me that she has a connection with her ex-husband's mother, that she's going to keep going over there and talking to her and hanging out with his whatever other extra people that she got cool with.
Well,
Take a
sisters
walk,
and siblings, nieces, nephews.
Congratulations. I'm glad that you found a group of people that's an extension of your family so long. Don't come back here. I'm not even going to get involved. That's nonsense. If I have to explain that to you, that's nonsense. I don't need that kind of idiocy in my life. Go. Be with your ex-family.
I still don't agree. Now, if you were talking to your ex, trying to act like, well, I've been with him for 20 years and we're now friends, then
inevitable.
That would be weird.
Listen,
I'm with you,
look,
Kai. That would be weird. That would be very disrespectful.
The two of you girls are having a girl moment right now. It is inevitable that you're going to stumble across your ex. Dealing with your ex's family is inevitable. So it's only a matter of time. And like I said, if I have to explain that, then you're dumb. And I don't want dumb people in my life.
Okay, but Logic, this was a scenario for someone else. It was just something to sound off that someone else didn't want to come on and
I'm saying the figurative you. I'm not talking about you directly. If you are feeling
okay, well,
I
hope she's listening, but yeah.
I'm saying figuratively.
Because I know other people are hearing this like, what is he saying? This is when we really need for someone to text it.
Even if you thought I was dumb, like if you and I were together, Logic, and you thought I was dumb for saying that or for believing that or for acting on that, then obviously we're not the right people to be around. So, because I'm not gonna release a friendship with people that I've had for many years, and you don't know what they've helped me out of, helped me through. You know what I'm saying? I'm not releasing a friendship if there's not a logical reason to. If I'm telling you that he is no longer in the picture and he's not going to be in the picture and blah, 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 then I don't see what you're worried about.
Okay, and I have the right to dismiss you based on your idiocy. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what kind of thing. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't sit around waiting for you to make a decision. The minute that the first time that you tell me, oh, well, I'm still friends with my ex's family, and I still hang out with her. Oh, really? Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to head out, and you take care of yourself. That's it. I'm done. I'm not have a discussion about what? No. That's dumb.
Well, Logic, can you weigh in on the fact that part of the scenario where children were involved, some are grown, some are kids. What do you tell the kids? They don't understand. What did they ever do?
Who's kids?
They just know that you're.
Who are you talking about? Who's kids?
The people that you're talking about. Listen, so the ex, right? The ex had sisters apparently because there was nieces and nephews involved. That's how she first presented it to me. But some of those nieces and nephews, it was a large family, I guess. Some of them are grown, and some of them are still children. So there's children involved here that they, I guess she knew before they were even born. You see what I mean? So how does she explain that to them? Kids don't get that. If you tell the kids, oh, I divorced you.
If you're asking me what I would do in this situation if I got cool, I would sit those kids down and go out and be like, listen, me and Auntie such and such done broke up, so this will be the last time I see you. Take care of yourself. And I'm out.
Wow.
I'm not dragging that on. Listen, no. Let your aunt discuss that and then walk you through that. That's your family. I'm no longer a part of your family now. So I'm not going to sit here and continue to confuse this kid, and then Aunt so-and-so goes and gets a new guy, and then that guy is coming in and he's still talking to blah, 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 because that guy could feel exactly the way I do, which is, what are you even still talking to the family for? So it will be all this extra stuff. Why? For what? Because I'm not willing to accept what happened. This part of my life ended. So that means these people in my life, it's over. No reason to talk to these people anymore. The only time the dude needs to stay in contact with the ex and perhaps the family is if you have children together. Then, of course, you may need to correspond with her mother or her father or her brothers or whatever if there's some kind of family function. Yeah, you may have to do that, But no kids involved, I don't want to hear it.
Well,
I don't know. My question to you, Char, is how long did you say she's been with this guy?
well, this guy
new
she
guy.
said less than 9 months, under a year. I think she said under a year. Yeah. So it wasn't very long.
And
she was married
you've
for
been with
25.
me under a year. You've been with me under a year, and you're already trying to dictate who I'm going to talk to and who I'm not. You're closing out people out of my life. I'm not even married to you. There's nothing to lose if we break up. Seriously, go eat her. Whatever. I was going to say something, but
and then she was with, and her ex-husband was 25. It's like she's a little older, so I think she's older than me even. But yeah, so I was like, wow, what are you gonna do? He said, make a choice. He's like, it's either me or them. So
okay, wow. I've only known you 9 months. I've known them 20 years. Talk about bye.
I have only
whatever.
known you for almost a year.
You have what?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And I've known them 20. You more than likely haven't been there through as much stuff with me as I have with them. You're not guaranteed. You haven't yet guaranteed me that you're about to stay here through thick and thin with me, but I'm supposed to throw people out of my life for you? You're serious right now?
It's a mentality like that is the absolute reason it is so many lonely 48 and 52 and 63-year-old women, because you are unwavering assholes who think no one can tell you a goddamn thing in this world.
Telling us to leave. No. As opposed to a man who's saying it's me or them, that's unwavering dickishness.
Hold on. I'm not saying for any guy that comes along. A woman knows when she is with a guy that is one of those once-in-a-lifetime dudes. And if you're getting with a guy that is pretty much living a clean life, has all of the positive things to offer you, and the only thing that he is telling you that he has a problem with is your connection to your ex's people, I think you should get your head out of your ass and start weighing what's more important, talking to this ex's mother or solidifying a relationship that you can walk into the rest of your life with this man that loves you. I think that's a little bit more important.
But that's just a possibility. Well, he hasn't said, hey, would you marry me? And I'm throwing people away so he can be comfortable.
So you expect a man to want to marry you if you're not even willing to consider his feelings on certain things? You expect a man to want to marry you?
I'm supposed to consider his feelings and he hasn't considered mine?
Oh, God.
Okay, well, there's a little. Hold on, you guys. You guys, listen. I'm sorry. I just got a text. Can I say something? I just got a text, and she said this is the last part. She was like, Char, remember I told you that the one niece is coming to visit, right? I don't know. She doesn't live in this state. I said, okay. Well, apparently her new boyfriend is like, because they live together. He's like, well, she's not staying here with us. That's not my family. So now they have that dilemma. So now she's got to tell her no. And I was like, oh man, you're just
living
like,
with
this is
guy?
too much. Yeah. She said they are
living with this guy. Oh,
yeah.
Hell no. No.
That's why she was like, help me. And I'm like, well, when is she coming here? She goes, well, I need you to ask the question today.
I said, tell your friend to get her head out of her ass. She's living with this man, and she expects this man to bring her ex's progeny, not progeny, but his family, his bloodline her his house, and he's supposed to eat and then feed these kids and entertain them, and they're connected to her ex. She is out of her mind.
Well, I think
it's
only one. This one is just one. This one is just one, and she's grown though.
Flipping the tables back on you women right now. You meet a guy that you like. He moves into your house. He wants to then bring his ex's niece and nephews in there for you to feed them and entertain them for the weekend because he has a connection with the ex's family. That's okay with y'all?
No, logic. I didn't tell you this part. They're not the little ones aren't visiting. It's an older one, an older woman. I mean, not older, but a grown female. Yes. Not old, but like young, but grown. So, Kai, did we lose Kai? Did she drop?
I mean, I'm here. No, I'm here. I'm listening. I was waiting for you to finish talking.
Oh yeah, the twist is she's a mature. She's an adult. I think she's like 23 or something like that. So she's not. But her sisters and brothers and the other ones are all.
But
I guess
she
they're young.
basically grew up with me, right?
Yeah, they did.
She basically grew up.
No. That's not what we're talking about. No, that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about you have a house and you have your kid and you meet a guy that you like, but he says he has a connection to his ex's family, so he wants to go pick up his ex's niece and nephews and bring them in your house and use your food and your entertainment to give them a good weekend. You're okay with that? That's what I thought. You are some hypocrites, man, the both of you. Hypocrites. It's ridiculous. Ugh. Tell your friend she's an idiot.
I don't know. She can hear what we're saying and make her own decisions. I don't know. I guess I am hypocritical because I don't know if I want somebody else's family's kids, especially your ex-family's kids in my house.
You know what the word for that is. What's the word for that, Kai? What's the word for that? There's a word for it.
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Hypocrisy.
No. I mean, yeah, that's what I said. I am a hypocrite. I just said that, Dick. Anyways.
You said no. You said, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. You are definitely a hypocrite.
No,
You have no idea what these people have done for me for 25 years, and you're going to sit here and say, and the minute that I flipped it to where it's your house, your food, your entertainment, it was,
I just finished saying, I guess I am a hypocrite because I can't see them doing that, but at the same time, I can't see you telling me that I can't do it. So,
but why? Why do women do that? Why can't you just be logical and fair without a man having to go through all of these elaborate scenarios for you to understand what you're doing is fucking retarded? Why is that?
Logical and fair?
Yes. Like for instance, I had a cousin who would carry on inappropriately with people that she would meet, where it was like the personal trainer or something like that. And I said to her, what if your husband had a personal trainer that was a girl? And she called and texted this dude at her leisure, just at 10 o'clock at night, texting, how's your meal plans going, or blah, blah, blah. I said, how would you feel? It was some woman texting your husband, had access to his cell phone. Well, why couldn't she just wait for him? I said, exactly. You're doing the same thing. Of course, she hit me with the nonsense like, well, it's different because men don't know how to blah, blah, blah. And it's always the same thing with you girls. Like, why does it take the extreme situation of a guy doing something that a girl does for you to see it's a problem? Just like this woman here. Char will never admit it, but if this role was reversed, and this man was living with this woman and he was carrying on with his ex's family, she'd have a fit. She wouldn't accept that. I guarantee you she wouldn't accept it.
Char?
Sassafras on the rocks.
Good Lord. I guess Char's gone. Either she's gone or she's busy texting her friends.
She checked out.
Char? Good Lord. Anyway, I think my hypocrisy stands. I know it's bad, but I think it stands because I don't think I would be okay with some dude I've only known 9 months telling me to stop talking to people I've known 20 years. But at the same time, if he tries to do that to me, I think I'll leave him.
So what is a man? What threshold
does
a man have to pass for him to be able to, criticize something you're doing? Because apparently, almost a year is not enough for you. So what does it take?
I mean, for me to consider it, we would have to be actually married. And then I'd consider what he's saying, and we could talk about it. Why are you laughing?
So unless he becomes financially responsible for you, he can't say anything to you about anything.
So when I get married, some dude is financially responsible for me?
Of course he is. Don't listen. Do you really want to go down this road? Do you really want to go down this road? I'm
just wondering, because I'm married to some dude, he's financially responsible for me now?
Yeah, because every person in your family tree, from the root to the lowest leaf, I'm telling you right now, if you go through any kind of mishap or anything in your life, the first question anyone will ask you is, so your man ain't going to, your husband ain't going to do nothing for you? It doesn't matter what the situation is. You could have $240,000 worth of school loans. They will expect that your husband is going to pay that $250,000 for you. And if he's not, they're going to start talking about him like a dog. You come on now. You know that's how it is. Don't even act like, if you get sick, every financial responsibility that you have, from your car to your cell phone to your child to your medical bills, everybody's going to be looking at your husband. Like, well, so he's not able to take care of you? Well, they're going to act like somehow he's a failure in some way. Now, if that happened with a man, they're not going to expect his new wife to pay all his bills. They're not. The first thing they're going to tell her is, he didn't have anything in place for a bad thing to happen like this, and that's too much to put on your plate. There's a double standard. You know that, right?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Well, if it's me, then that's what we're going to have to do too. If he gets into a bad situation, then
but no
I
one is
would
going
be
to expect that
responsible
of you.
for him.
No one is going to expect that of you at all. Like, you got women that leave men if they lose their job and nobody bats at them. Like, they just, like the mother or the father will tell them, come on, move on, leave them. Like, that's the first thing out their mouth is, come on home. So it's like, so you're talking about a man in traction somewhere? Like, he got hit by a car and he's been laid up for 9-10 months. Nobody's going to expect that woman to keep paying all his bills. You know that, right?
I mean, I could recognize that, I guess.
Okay.
But I still don't
I
agree that some dude marrying me is I'm financially responsible for him. But if that's how you want to word it, then sure. When you're financially responsible for me and I'm draining you of your money, then you can have some sort of say in my life. Other than that, I'm not eliminating people or things that I've been used to, unless it's like I'll eliminate having guy friends and stuff like that, and even that is conditional. But I'm not eliminating this for somebody that could be gone in the next month.
Well, no, going in the next month is one thing, but you can tell, even if a man is not married to you at the time or hasn't proposed to you yet, you can tell when a dude is really taking you seriously and he has you in his mind, like, as far as, I'm good, this is where I'm at, this is all I want. You can tell when a guy is just there because it's nothing else going on. Women lie to themselves all the time because they want to feel good, and I get it, but most women, they know when they really, that guy is all about them. So that being said, in your mind, even if it takes this guy a year and a half to 2 years to get himself to a point where he feels, okay, now I'm ready to marry her. I got this in line and this in order and this taken care of him. I'm ready now. He can't tell you anything until he's financially responsible for you.
Yeah, basically. Who's watching TV?
Char.
Oh, I'm not watching TV. I'm watching TV.
What is all that noise?
Because you were on mute just a second ago.
Yeah, okay. Well, we were asking you a question and you weren't there to answer.
Okay, that's very true. I had a fire that I had to put out, and I didn't have it. There's just no way I could come back and explain it, so I was just like trying to get through as fast as I could. But I've been back on, though. I listened to everything you just said. About this whole thing with the person that was sick, and should you be responsible? And you were saying, well, even if I'm, if you're responsible for me, so I got all of that. But is it too late to answer my question? We have 3 minutes left for the show, so. I'd be happy to just
Logic, what was the question? Do you even remember it?
Nope.
What did you stand there?
Me neither.
Stand there, huh, Molly?
I don't remember the question. Doesn't matter. Anyways, your friend has the advice from both sides, from a female and a guy. I admit that my advice is a bit hypocritical. I also admit that I don't really care. So she can choose whichever side she wants to go with. Ultimately, it's up to her. It's up to how she feels. It's up to how close you are with these people. And, if you can compromise with your guy, because I can't even say husband, if you can compromise with your guy, then I guess. But I also think, and she's going to get mad at me for saying this, but I also think she is moving way too fast. Like, you're with some dude 9 months and you're already living with him. So I think
that's another subject.
I kind of think if y'all are already living together, then he kind of has a say in your life. You really don't have a leg to stand on. Now, if you were doing your own thing, then that's completely different. But y'all are living in the house together. You can't really bring people into his house if he doesn't want it. But if it was my house and you're telling me some person can't come, then, you can suck it because that's not happening. She's kind of in a different situation. She's in a different situation than I would be if I was with somebody for only 9 months. So, I don't know.
See, she didn't say exactly 9 months. She just said under a year. So it could be 9, could be 10, it could be 11 or a year. So I don't know. Do you think it's the same difference? Oh, it's still less than a year.
She's not married to the dude, and they're living together. Char.
Right.
But anyways, if you're in that situation, then he absolutely has a say in your life. So, I mean, the only advice you can go on here is logic. So, like I said, if you were doing your own thing, you're living in your own house, he can't come and tell you who can come in and out of your house unless it's something dealing with disrespect towards him, like your ex coming in and out of your house or some dude that you don't like you coming in and out of your house.
Well,
paying your mortgage.
But it's not just the visit; it's the fact of her having, still being cool with the nieces, nephews, having a relationship. He told her cut all of it. Period. Like there's no visiting, there's no caring about the kids. Just act like they don't exist. I'm your new family, and I'm like, wow. He said, make a choice because he's leaving. He'll walk out, put her out. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know him like that.
But again, like I said, she put herself in a certain position. So the only thing she can do is, if she's okay with losing him, then do that. But other than that, you put yourself in this position where he has now a say in your life without a ring on your finger. So
yeah, and logic.
I hope this helps. And you got to give us. We only have like 50 minutes or 50 seconds. I hope this helps, and I hope you give us an update on what happened, Char, because I would love to hear it. Next week we are discussing some topics dealing with Black people. So the topics are going to include, Char's going to bring some controversy or some, what do you want to call it? What's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think. We only have 30 seconds left.
What do I bring to the topic?
Anyway, some controversial topic that, probably doesn't even make sense in dealing with black people, which we're going to have to debunk and tell her what really makes sense. And Logic has a story that he does want to share with us. So basically, I want to say tune in next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on No Conduct Radio. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your questions. Peace out, everyone.
Okay. Have a great week. Good night, Logic. Bye, Kai.
Bye.